Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rag Company podcast. This is a Nate show, not to be confused with Q&A Thursday or a detox cast where we have someone from the detailing. This is a Nate show.
Yes.
Where we have Next Day Nate on because Dane's homesick.
And tacos are my favorite food, so we decided to splurge and have a buffet.
And it's also fan of the show. Want to give a shout out right top of the show before we start. Happy birthday to Lucas Berge.
Lucas.
Woo! Yeah, all right, brother.
Woo! But when you see this, it would have been yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. I guess it would have been yesterday was his birthday.
Gotta go out on the Tuesday.
But
Today's
we're
just
eating
a
some
Tuesday.
tacos. Dane's home. Dane took the day off in honor of Luke's birthday.
Well, he got that new TV.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of Disney Plus to catch up on.
Yeah.
He's got to rewatch The Mandalorian on his new TV and make sure that the frame rate is acceptable.
Yeah.
So.
And then he's going to rewatch, I believe he's going to rewatch that Ferrari versus Ford movie.
Oh, yeah,
And then
third time. He's
Judge
going to
the
go see
frame
that
rate
again.
on that, yeah.
Well, so this has been a weird week for us. Last week, we were exhausted. Some of us had to try and fight our way back from the brink. John got hit hard with cold.
I was good.
You were good because you didn't go to SEMA.
Yeah.
So I was exhausted. I couldn't see straight. I don't think I caught up on sleep. So I took Friday off. You took a half day on Friday. Came in a little late Friday morning. That way you get some rest. And Jeff and Carolyn actually took today off. So they gave themselves a 3-day weekend. But Josh took a day off. John got hit hard and got sick. And Dane, steadfast as ever, champion of the people. You know.
Well, he wanted to wait till
Well, then
Monday.
he waited until Monday, and then he got sick. So,
Yeah. Well, after he got a new TV.
well, that's coincidence. I mean, that's
let's show people what you're working with here.
oh, there's Morgan's got her plate. So, our very own Stacy brought in an entire taco bar into the Rag Company headquarters, so we kind of had to go down and hit some of those. So I apologize for everyone for eating, but wanted to go around the room, talk about how our weekend went, what we got to do. I took Friday off, so that was very nice. Spent Friday evening at home, hanging out, cleaned up my garage, the MOS HQ. Got that all.
I was wondering if you took Friday off because you had so many cars to do.
No, I did those on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh.
Friday I needed to take off so I could sleep and just chill out.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, it was good stuff. But yeah, Saturday did a car for some folks, did some headlights as well, reconditioned some headlights.
It's the season for that, I'll tell you what.
Did that. And then Sunday did my buddy Andy's 36 Chevy pickup where we polished some old 83-year-old paint.
Wow.
Got that thing looking sharp, shiny, and then we coated it in Inspiration to help kind of preserve some of it. So
I was inspired
it'll be
by
neat
it,
to
that's for
see
sure.
how that holds up on that old paint, but it was a lot of fun. And Andy used to work for me, so I was able to turn him loose on a polisher, and the two of us just
How'd he
tag-teamed.
do?
He did fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, he got.
Well, I guess you can't really, if it's going to have patina,
It's 83-year-old paint. You can't really hurt it. So
I mean, you got paint and you got metal.
all we could do was make it shinier. So did that. That was about it.
The fenders looked really shiny.
Fenders came out pretty rad. The fact that they had
Really
kind of
good.
red
They
and
looked,
black.
It looked like it was just they painted that patina on
Yeah. Oh, it
on
looked.
purpose.
We got done with it, and I felt like it looked like a wrap.
It
Like
did.
it was that fake looking.
Well.
It was so shiny and glossy, and
Yeah.
like.
What do you use?
It used the maroon Euro foam and Oberk polish, Supreme polish. That's what we used. That was it. Just started buffing the car, wiped it all down with some paint coating surface prep, and then coated it. And came out pretty dope. Honestly, I thought it looked pretty rad.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked really good.
All right, Anthony's done eating. He can finally get in on this here podcast.
Nate's going to jump in. Can you give me that quick detailer?
You gonna drink? You need to take a drink?
You want me to jump in?
He needs to clean up his workspace.
So, Nate,
show
what-
the people what you just used.
Oh, that smells so good.
What smells good? The tacos? Oh.
All right.
What is that?
Nate, what did you get to do this weekend? What'd you do?
I did a whole bunch of stuff. I cleaned the house on Saturday,
Yeah. Very nice.
Vacuumed.
Very nice.
and We had a Friendsgiving on Saturday night.
Oh, that's lovely. I've never had one of those Friendsgivings.
It's good. It's a lot of fun. We had to drive out to Nampa, so that kind of
Okay.
was a burden.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome.
And we had tri-tip
Okay.
smoked, and then we went out to the desert on Sunday and enjoyed the sunlight, and shot some guns, hung out with some friends, and then went to bed because I was exhausted.
Shooting guns sounds like an exhausting pastime, especially sitting in the desert in the sun.
It
out in the water.
is. Well, especially when you got to sight in a rifle.
Hmm.
You got okay, shoot. All right, go see where you're hitting. Walk back, do it again. But we went with a bunch of friends, and they did their own
just
thing.
do that in your
and
backyard.
I could.
Okay.
I could. I mean, the fence is pretty much garbage, anyways.
Oh,
But
I'm just wondering, like if it necessitated a drive out to the desert.
well, we
could
had.
have been done like in your driveway.
Well, we
or
had to take out a couch
down the street.
and an old TV to shoot,
Oh,
Dane's.
okay.
and just leave it there, like everybody else does.
So you just
Oh.
littered.
Hey, bring your washing machine out. Like, honestly, you drive out to the desert and there's just random
just shoot
crap everywhere.
There-
And then they just leave
I
it.
can attest to
wanna do
that.
that.
There are. I went on a shooting day with some friends,
Yeah.
and one of the old men that I went with. So I drive out there. We park. I'm pulling out my fire pit, portable fire pit, propane. It's one of the many features and amenities that the MOSHQ
Oh, of course.
carries. Lit that bad boy up, so we had a nice fire to stand around and stay warm while
Sure.
some people shot. So I pull up in the spot where we're going to be shooting, set out the fire pit, and I swear to you, this old man who was with us couldn't wait. He was so excited to get out there and start shooting. I thought he was shooting from inside his vehicle. Like he was so excited because all of a sudden, like I was the first one there, and like no other cars. I pull up. And everybody's pulling in behind me, and I hear pling, 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 pling. And I look over, and there he is. But what it was he was standing in front of his car,
Yeah.
and he was
Ah,
shooting
sure.
out. But it looked like he was in from where I was at. It looked through his back window, and it looked like he was in his car shooting out of his window.
I just kicked out my
Yeah.
windshield.
Yeah, I was like, God, he couldn't even wait. He was so excited. He started firing at stuff from his car.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
It's
that's
his little
that's the
pistol.
problem because it's fun to go out and hang out with some friends and shoot at some targets, and then you get these idiots that just leave trash everywhere that just
Yeah.
ruin it for everybody else. But my dad came with,
Oh, nice.
and all my friends came out to my parents' house. My mom made a bunch
Oh,
of
man.
just breakfast for everybody, and it was her joy. She
Well, she always
Loved
wanted.
it.
Yeah, she always wanted you to have lots
She
of
missed
friends
the good old days.
over at
Well,
your house.
And when I was growing up, there was always the fun mom, the Kool-Aid mom,
Yeah,
Liz Warner.
yeah.
And she was just anything goes. You just go to her house. There's snacks everywhere. She picked me up from school in a Hummer H1
Oh,
in front of
awesome.
everybody, and I
Oh,
just
yeah.
it was cool.
You were like, that's who I want
Yeah.
my mom
And
to be.
I went to a school where only the dads worked. The moms
We're moms.
just were moms. And so both my parents worked, and
Yeah.
they still do work. And they would show up to a meeting, or at least my mom would show up to like a PDA meeting or whatever, like a classroom meeting, and they would say, "You work outside the home?" And so I was kind of the poor kid at my school, even though
Not
Is
true.
this a sad story?
Not true.
it's not a sad
Are
story.
we supposed to cry?
But
Nate?
now I'm
tell
just
me
saying
when.
the turntables have turned, and now my mom is the fun, rich mom. Everybody gets to come out and have breakfast. So, moral of the
Ooh.
story is my mom was extremely excited about that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
makes me happy.
Nate's mom, one day I was standing in line and I saw her and I was like, hey, Mrs. Shrum, what's going on? And she was like, oh, Levi, Carly, it's good to see you guys. And we were like, we just want you to know how much we love hanging out with Nate. And she goes, would you like his bills?
Well, she also likes to say that kind of stuff, too. It's like, oh, he's so great, but I got to
He
pay
hasn't-
for his phone bill.
He's
Yeah.
been paying his insurance for the last 15 years.
It's like, you know
Time
what?
to get on his own plan. He's married now.
Well, and Mariah, she's on her mom's plan, her family plan.
Oh, snap. So this your new joint venture is the new Shrums. You're going to have to get your own phone plan. It's going to be a
Well,
big
all
step.
of our friends work at T-Mobile, so they get free phones,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
free phone bills and stuff like that.
Well, then quit here and go work at T-Mobile.
But
Yeah.
we're at a point now where it's like, well, it's just easy to have them pay for it.
That sounds delightful.
That's nice.
It's really great.
So we also downloaded Disney Plus,
Excellent. Welcome to the team.
the week trial,
Yeah.
and
The week trial.
the first movie that
Afraid of commitment, are you?
Nice.
well,
Yeah.
we'll keep it anyways.
Do you,
it's
do you
like
currently- Do
$6.99
you currently pay for Hulu?
without commercials. Yes,
Okay, so if you do it differently, what you do is sign up.
but those have commercial. I can't do
no,
commercials
listen,
anymore.
listen. Here's what you do. I pay for Hulu without ads, right? Do the same plan as you.
It's like $12 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you do is you go in, you sign up under the Hulu, you use your Hulu sign in
Okay.
on Disney Plus, and then they credit you the amount of money you would spend on Disney Plus. They basically give you Disney Plus for free.
Sounds like the best kept secret.
They
That
they
no
they'll
one knows
charge you a
about.
couple extra bucks because they change your Hulu plan.
And you get
But
ESPN Plus.
you get
too, which
ESPN
is-
Plus out of it.
Love
I
sports.
like to sports.
Love
Dude,
sports.
I watch sports every day.
That's
Me too.
that's how I live.
I'm watching sports right now.
Wow.
Yeah, all
I-
about the baseballs and the foots.
I know you
I
got.
love watching
the foot soccer.
competition amongst friends and the camaraderie.
Go
of
my
of
favorite
of
skills
team.
Yeah, in the game of chance.
And a game
beat
of
them soundly
Yeah.
in the skirmish.
Yeah. I just like watching other people be successful and make lots of money
Yeah,
playing with balls on TV.
yeah, it's fun. It's great.
It's
stuff.
just a good time.
no, but you can
right?
go in and they'll give you at least the cost back. So do that after your trial's over. Cancel it. Go back in. Sign up
Okay.
with Hulu. It's only going to cost you a couple bucks. It's a good deal. So
So the first movie that we indulged in was Brink. Did anybody here watch Disney Channel original movies?
Yeah.
So Brink is about the skating.
Yep, I know
skating
exactly.
team.
Yep, I know
Yep.
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, no,
another
I forgot
another
the name.
clutch movie, motocrossed.
Yep, great movie.
remember that one. Yeah.
Also, I was more of a. I watched the Nickelodeon shows a lot,
Okay.
but like I did enjoy the Disney shows. So like Even Stevens,
Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire. We started watching Even Stevens again. Shia LaBeouf is hilarious as a kid.
Dude,
And
he was a baby
and
on
he
that
has a
show.
kid in
yeah,
that
he's
show.
he is literally a child.
And
a child.
I understand why my parents would let me watch it because they enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like watching SpongeBob now.
Yeah.
That is an adult show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
yeah, weird, right?
I mean,
I love
but
it.
like these kid shows nowadays are odd,
Oh, yeah.
and
no.
you would know more than anybody here.
No, there was one last night that we were watching that just came up on like Cartoon Network. We were over at my mother-in-law's, and I watched about 10 minutes of it with my kids, and I was like, all right, we're done with this. Like, I'm turning this off. And they were like,
Yeah.
no, we love it. And I was like, I don't like what they're trying to show you. Like, I am having a hard time following this show. I can't even imagine what you guys are like. It was so mindless and so like
Is
it was
like children unboxing.
no,
unboxing
worse than
videos?
that. This was an
Oh,
actual
no.
cartoon that they spent money on to produce and a story.
Yeah.
And I was like, this belongs on FX or on Adult Swim.
Oh, sure.
Does not belong on a Sunday at 1:00 in the afternoon
Oh.
on Cartoon Network for
Well,
kids.
and
Like,
there's been like screenshots from like I never watched iCarly or any of those shows because I was older than that. But there was a screenshot of like this girl who had a shirt on with some very adult things, and it's just like we never knew.
Yeah.
we were kids.
Yeah.
We didn't pay that close of attention, I
No.
think.
Yeah.
Our TVs were so crappy where like we had such small we weren't Dane on a 76-inch, 4K HDR TV. We were sitting here on my TV
CRT.
It was a no, it was a Panasonic I think it was a Panasonic, right? But it was the bubble. It was the bubble
Sure.
tube, and I think we had it was I want to say a 30-inch in our living room, and that was
And that was ballin'.
and that was our big TV.
Yeah.
Is what we
Yeah.
had. We had the 30-inch, and we were like, wow, this is nice.
I remember going to friends' houses when I was like 10, and they'd have little 12-inchers in their rooms, and I was like,
I was so jealous.
Dude,
of those
I know,
kids.
I know. I had a kid that had the small one with the rabbit
and they're
ears
like-
on it.
Yeah, but no, these kids had cable. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
damn, you got cable TV in your room, son.
Yeah, no, I remember it was a big deal when my so we didn't have cable when I was a kid. I had an antenna, right? But I didn't have an antenna in my room, right? And my room didn't have one. So I remember when I think I was 13, right? And my dad said, okay, you can finally have a TV in your room. And so I had my VCR and I had my TV. And I said, well, I'd like to watch the antenna, so I can watch like my favorite shows, like that 70s show and King of the Hill and things like
Those
that.
are things I used to watch in my 20s.
And so he had
I believe I was Morgan's age when I used to watch that show.
So he had to tap
Good
into.
to know that you were a child.
Damn it, Bobby.
He had to. So what he did is he ran. It was like 100 feet of like antenna cable, right? But he ran it under the house, right? And he came in through my closet, or the hardwood floor of my closet.
Dad, bugs
just
are coming in.
Drilled a hole that was too big, right? And so he was pulling this line through, and dude, it was like my TV was on the other side of the room, and so there's no carpet to hide this, so the wire just ran around.
Why didn't you just move that to where the TV would go?
That's
over
his-
the
the
wall?
feng shui,
there was no area for a TV to go in where that closet was. There was not enough wall space, so I had to run it around this. So I had this cable just randomly in my room. But the bugs were I started finding spiders in my closet, and I was telling my dad, I'm like, there's spiders in here, and he's looking at it, and he's good at figuring things out, but he's definitely no.
Well, there's your problem.
Who
He looks
drilled
at
this
it.
hole in the
No.
closet?
He's like, don't worry, go to school. I'll have it fixed by the time you come home. And I said, oh,
Shoved a
thank
bunch of
God,
toilet
right?
paper in there.
No, he just duct
Spray
taped.
foam
He
expanding.
just duct taped the whole thing. He went around it so many times that the duct tape got so thick that
Oh,
he just wedged it in
sure.
there.
Yeah, of course.
And I said, okay, so this won't come out. He's like, as long as you don't yank on that wire.
Well, I was walking across my room and I tripped on the wire.
So
And then
yeah,
I pulled the TV.
No, but I did that. I had to do that with. Did you do that in your new house with when you put in the new flooring? You find the drill holes that they put the like. So I had plugs.
Well, here's the thing. We don't have cable.
I know that's.
So
I
I
don't
just
have.
covered it
that's
all
what I
up.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went through and I plugged those
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
drill holes that they had put in for the coax, and I remember walking by and like I was going through and I was plugging all the holes, and I walked out to my garage and my flooring guy was there and he was drilling a hole in
Just
in
redoing
one of
your
the
work?
panels, like just in one of the flooring
Yeah.
panels, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing, man?" And he's like, "I was just putting in an access hole so I can run that coax through." And I was like, "No, I'm getting rid of all of that." I was like, I just
You're gonna want this.
yeah, I was like, I was just in there putting in plugs, like, because I saw that it was all clear, and he was like, "Oh, okay," and then he like took the board and put it aside and grabbed another one. Like, he was like,
Aw.
but he literally just looked at me. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
He
was
was like Keith. He was
excited.
like Keith. That's what he
Yeah,
looked like.
project
Oh,
name.
okay.
Yeah.
My flooring guy looked
Yeah.
like Keith from
Well-
Royal Gemstones.
Oh, okay.
Looked like that. That's how he's dressed. Everything.
Keith.
He was like, "Oh, all right,
Keith is a good name.
yeah, pretty good."
Yeah. Anyway, well, I guess getting back on track with the rest of our weekends. So, Nate, you want to kind of
went
talk through it?
shooting?
Anything you
Yeah.
went shooting?
No, I just kind of wanted to say that I did indulge in the nostalgia that is Disney Plus.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent,
Good.
excellent.
I trying to think. So Friday night, I was actually here teaching.
Yeah, we had so what we had was the MBA program from Boise State University show up.
Yeah.
This was they do this for the program. They tour some of the local area businesses, successful businesses, to kind of get a tour, also just kind of see how some of these entrepreneurs have started that business and what they've done, just to help. And you and Morgan,
Yeah.
because I was off, kind of gave a talk on branding and marketing
It was
for this group.
It was honestly, it was pretty short-lived.
It was.
It was a lot of standing. So Jeff and Carolyn told the story, right? So we were just kind of there, showing face, like kind of just saying, "Hey, here we are."
They gave a tour of the
and
facility.
Gave a tour of the facility. Yeah, there was a lot of people though. It was a packed house, and so it was
Wow,
actually kind
really?
of overwhelming how many people there were here. I haven't seen that many people in this building in a long time, so it was pretty crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, it seemed like it was it was beneficial. I think, but I don't know.
We were
yeah.
We were sitting at our desk, and Carolyn says, "Okay, guys, I want you to clean up your desks. We've got some NBA team coming."
Yeah.
And Jimmy said, "Oh, what team do they play for?"
NBA.
Yeah.
That's an NBA.
And I think that was kind of a highlight of of that
Jimmy.
for me because I didn't stay.
We love Jimmy.
What team's coming through?
So, yeah.
Portland Trailblazers. There,
Yeah.
Jimmy, coming in.
That's a new team.
But we did that. I think Friday night, super relaxed, dude. I'm trying to get back in the routine of the gym again.
Yeah, well,
I'm trying to like force myself every night, even if it's a late night.
Yeah,
I'll
I
still
need to
say
do that as well.
just go. And even if it's like,
I've been at the
even
gym.
if you're walking on the treadmill for like 20 minutes,
We
It's
should just
something.
have a group.
Just
we should all
do
go to the
it.
gym together, and we need to take Dane with us.
I know Dane got a membership.
He did
And
get a
Dane,
membership.
you're
He got-
listening
he went
here.
to
What
once.
gym?
Dane, you've gone once, verified that you've told us.
I
He
think
went
we
to
need-
Captain Muscle's gym for strong bones and
Dwight
muscles.
Schrute's gym for
Yeah.
muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm trying to get back into it, so I'm to force myself to go. And that's kind of like what I'm just trying to do. Just say, hey, even if you walk for 25 minutes on the treadmill, preferably lift some weights, but doing something is better than just not doing anything
Right,
at all.
yeah.
And that's where I'm like, I do the opposite. I say, if I'm not really in the mood, I'm not going to try very hard, so I'll just stay home. So what do? I stay home and I order chip
And
cookies.
do some
Right.
active
I do
sitting.
Yeah,
the complete opposite of
I
what
sit home and eat a
could've-
bowl of ice cream.
Like
Guys,
I
that's
then I-
convenient.
Yeah, like I could have made any
a lot more
progress.
fun.
Life's too short, you know.
Like I could have made any progress.
You're gonna
towards
miss out that
anything,
flavor of the
but-
month.
Yeah, new one. Toffee.
So-
Salted toffee, in case you're wondering.
Anyway, so I did that, and then Saturday, Saturday was like my fun play day because I haven't. I was telling
You hadn't had a Saturday off.
I
yet.
told Katie I hadn't had a Saturday off in a while, and I want to do some like car washing. I want to do some car stuff. Is what I
Yeah.
want to do.
I
And
saw
so
you took some pictures.
yeah, I took some pictures, but I watched the Evo. Had some my friend Blake, Jason. They came over. We were hanging out for a little bit, and it's funny because they're watching me wash the car, right? And so my friend Blake says, "Wow, this is oddly satisfying to watch you do this,
Oh,
right?" And I say, "Oh, well, I'm glad." Whereas I look over at Jason, I say, "Jason, what do you think about this?" He's like, "I think you're bat crap crazy." He's like, "I think you're freaking crazy." And I say, "Well, like, what do you mean? Do you think I'm crazy?" He's like, "Yeah, so you taught me how to wash my car. I'm not doing any of the things that you've taught me apparently because like this is like a next level wash." And I'm sitting here like, "Well, this is pretty normal. I'm just doing one bucket O&R, multiple towels, and pre-spraying with the IK.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing, right?" But apparently he's sitting here. He's like, "Well, I had just been using the one towel."
Yeah, that's how
And-
he's doing it the way I do it.
And so he's like, "I was just doing the one towel." And he's like, "And I see that you're using distilled water." And I said, "Yeah, it cost me, $4. I go down to, or less than $3. I go down to Walmart. I buy some distilled water. I always have some things of distilled water when I wash the Evo." And he's just like, "What's the reason for that?" And I said, "Well, with O&R, it makes it really slick, right? First off, it's way more effective. And then there is quite literally no chance of water spotting. It's impossible." And he's just like, "Well, that makes more sense." So, but I did the engine bay, right? I finally cleaned that up.
Oh yeah, it's so rough and dirty.
Yeah.
From
No,
It's
it
been-
was.
it's been-
years
No, I know,
of driving,
I know.
hard driving, commuting.
So here's the deal. So my
this
outside
car-
of my car is spotless.
It's 'cause of
I
that
have
open
not
hood.
cleaned that. I have not cleaned that engine for 3.5 years.
I don't ever clean my engines on my cars.
I just
That's just me. Like
I just
don't clean.
did.
Even on the high performance
Yeah.
Elantra?
Yeah. I've only ever cleaned them when I've had to, like when I changed the radiator in the Elantra, then I cleaned it,
You cleaned the area where you were working.
basically. And then the Suburban, when Jeff had a couple years ago, well, it's like actually like 4 or 5 years ago, the Suburban blew a heater hose line and
Yeah.
sprayed coolant all over the place. And so he brought it in and I cleaned as much of the coolant off as I possibly could. He was driving it back from Cascade, so
And then shine all over everything.
yeah, it got pretty. It baked itself in pretty good to the point that I can still smell it when I crack the hood.
Yeah.
That there's still some antifreeze sitting somewhere
yeah.
on the block. But that's the only time I've ever cleaned my own personal engines. So technically, the Suburban I did clean, but
wasn't yours
it
yet.
just wasn't mine yet.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
I honestly,
and it's been
It's-
5 years.
the car is at the point where it'd just been so long that a lot of that stuff is just caked on there. What I really need to do is
What
probably
if,
just take.
What if you just disassemble the whole car
yeah.
and
And
clean
Ziploc
it?
bag each part.
Ziploc bag each part.
Doors,
right,
and
you know, right what it
cellophane.
is,
right what it is, and then
clean everything,
I was
and
gonna
then
take
put the car back together.
individual nuts and bolts and just with a little
yes.
microfiber towel and just clean everything off and say.
I mean, realistically, that's where the car's at
Actually,
now.
what you should do, get a little lathe and just take off like 1,000th of dirt. Just
Yeah.
turn it in the lathe.
No, I
Perfect.
agree.
Yeah.
I
like this idea of disassembly of the Evo in your garage.
I
I
like
think
that
it
too.
makes sense.
it doesn't
Well-
get driven, so you've got a daily driver. You don't need
Yeah.
to drive it anywhere.
You're preaching to the choir.
And,
And
it could be
you could get that deep clean that you've been looking for.
a project.
Exactly.
That
No one's
factory
restoring a
Factory
2000 and whatever
Six.
Evo.
Restoration.
Full
yeah.
frame
Full
off
restoration.
restoration. Full
Full-
frame off restoration.
full-
It's a
No one's
unibody.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Full restoration. It's a resto mod.
Yeah.
No, I.
Do you want to do things like the factory would have done in 2019?
Yeah.
You go to the
just,
restoration
like just
place
having
down the
clean
street.
parts
Yeah.
on
Just
there.
clean parts.
What is this?
Just start
car
buying
doing
some
in
new
here?
old stock.
Yeah.
Like these are brand new parts I'm putting back on this.
Um,
They're Mitsubishi factory parts and they're brand new.
long
Are those
story short,
nuts and
what
bolts?
I'm trying to say is that I probably should have used something with more pressure to clean off most of the stuff because I was just whatever, right?
Have you put the car on jack stands to avoid flat spots on the tires?
Not yet. That's the next step.
It's gonna have to get there.
Well,
very
I am
soon.
on the Firestone Indy 500s, and those actually have a carbon inlay on the inside, so they're actually
Like-
they can
Carbon.
Oh,
like
mhm.
this table right here.
Okay.
Getting back on track, so I did that, and then from there went out and took some pictures. I like the way the sun is in this, like where the sun is in the sky right now. It makes for just killer photos because it's not completely overhead. Nate, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of
It's
gives a
almost
different.
a fall sun,
It gives-
if you will,
it-
an
it's just-
autumnal sun.
It's just a good look, I think.
Yeah.
look.
You know, you can't. It's just.
It doesn't. The pictures don't
It's
look so blown
somewhat
out.
of a je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
How do you say?
Is that that's what you say? Is how do you say?
Anyway, so I took some pictures with the guys. We went out, did some Evo stuff, and following that, Saturday night was also filled with Disney Plus for me as well.
Nice.
Excellent. I'm
And
glad
so
you also partook of
we-
the Disney Plus.
So Katie's been on the Even Stevens kick. She's
Nice.
also been watching a lot of, some of these old movies. I'm talking like old ones. They're old Disney original movies, but they're just to the point where I'm like, oh, this wasn't. I didn't watch this one because this was a girl movie, but I'm glad you really like
you guys
it.
watched
That Kelly?
Aristocats?
Girl movie.
So
Aristocats?
no, it's like the I don't know,
Double
Robin Hood?
teamed.
like high school stuff. It's like high school like little
Musical?
shows and videos.
Oh.
So she started watching the High School Musical show.
Oh, is it
It's
trash?
a show.
It's it's
It
not
looks
very
Also,
good.
trash.
did you know that
It's not
Disney
good.
bought Doug and then relaunched it
No,
The
like
dog?
years ago? No, the show.
no, I
What's
didn't know.
Doug?
That.
And apparently it's trash.
Well, so the new musical,
Yeah,
the
I
new
wouldn't
High School
even
Musical
have
show.
clicked on that.
So that, the second the girl was like, "Oh my God, I'm getting this many likes on Instagram," I'm like, "Shut it off, shut it off, shut it off now. This has to end."
No,
Yeah, it's bad.
no.
So I don't like what it's teaching our youth by any means. But anyway, then Sunday I ran a ton of errands, and then I also cleaned Katie's car because I do the quarterly clean is what I like to call that. And again, just trying not
find items that you could sell
Oh.
or throw in the garbage.
I probably sucked
Any
up.
snacks?
I don't know, maybe 50 French fries underneath her driver's
Ooh.
seat, a whole bag
Did
basically
you
of
find
French
money?
fries,
Was there money in there?
a ton.
Did you
I
put that in a
found,
jar that you keep on your
um,
workbench?
I put them in a bag.
Then he
that
went
I
to
keep, I keep next
Coinstar.
to my random
Very nice.
nuts and bolts. But yeah, I took all the change out, and then, dude, I don't know. The outside of her car is holding up great. It looks. I mean, the protection I put on there is still doing a good job. The Sonex spray and seal, I just can't seem to kill it. So it's doing really, really good. Topped out with some nice quick detailer, something
nice.
that smelled good.
I
looked
love it.
really good. Took it to the next level for sure, and then played with some tire restore and did a couple different layers of that because I want to do some extra long.
I'm really liking that tire restore.
I want to do some extra long longevity.
I have that right
Results.
now on the Elantra.
Yeah.
The Elantra got its first wash, and I took it through the car wash.
Okay.
So I washed the car 6 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I haven't touched it for 6 weeks. 6 weeks ago, I put Woes Tire Restorer on the tires. I power cleaned the tires, got them really clean.
Yeah. Then what?
Put the tire restorer on, let it sit. Ran the car through the Mr. Car Wash downtown.
So it's a touch car wash.
Touch car wash, brush car wash. I paid for the cheapest wash. Took the kids.
But the most amount of damage.
Most amount of damage. Took the kids and the dog through the car wash on Saturday on the way up to my dad's place to help him at his shop, and ran it through. The tires are still black.
Nice.
Well, that's good.
Still have a bit of dressing on them.
There you go.
Not
Good.
stripped and gray like the Suburban. The Suburban, you notice the tires are very gray.
Yeah.
They're very dull. These are still. They look nice. They look really nice.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
Yeah.
So
Then along the lines
that's
of
the longest I've
that-
had that on the tires.
Oh, good.
So
I did watch The Mandalorian.
Is that good?
Mandalorian.
Okay, Mandalorian.
He
Mandolin.
plays the
He
mandolin.
plays the
The
mandolin.
mandolin. So,
never
anyways, The
played that in high
Mandalorian.
school.
How was the frame rate?
Fine.
Yeah,
From the trailer, it
think
looked amazing.
It is
So,
amazing.
like,
You
it
need to
looked
start
great.
you need to start watching it.
I'm not
to.
really that deep into the whole Star Wars lore. Like I've seen all the movies.
I don't know any of the lore. This
I
is
don't-
just a fresh start. I'm just enjoying it.
start.
But I've always loved Boba Fett, however
Yeah.
you want to say his
Oh, I
name.
heard there's a baby Yoda, and he's adorable.
When he
can't
eats
say
that,
you're-
when he eats the frog, it's the cutest thing in the
Okay,
world.
you guys can't be
No.
sharing this information.
I've heard about
It's
it, and I've heard
Spoilers.
it's
It doesn't
cute.
sound like a
But-
spoiler.
He
Anyway,
eats a frog.
I always liked Boba Fett, and I thought he was one of my favorite characters because I just thought he was super
Yeah.
cool looking. But basically, this is just a huge emphasis on that, and you're like, okay, this guy's a badass, and
Well,
it-
because
it's
Boba
really
Fett
cool.
never really had any sort
No,
of
he never had.
spotlight.
No, he never had limelight. So this is pretty cool to
and
see.
this takes
this
place
guy
after
get
Return
that.
of the Jedi. That's when the
Okay.
timeline is on this.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Which-
after Return of the Jedi.
I don't think I've
after
seen
Return of the Jedi, but before Episode 1.
No, after all of
That's
that.
how that. I'm just kidding, but that's just how
this is the
confusing
entire
that
series
is.
has passed,
Yeah,
and this is the
after all
Empire
that.
has fallen
Yeah. Empire has fallen. Yes.
completely.
Yeah, so that would explain why the troopers
Yes,
were
all dirty.
Were all dirty
Where
and
did
they looked
Jar
pretty
Jar
raggedy. I do not know.
Ugh.
Asking the
love Jar
important
Jar
questions.
Binks.
But so it's just a bounty hunter. It's a show about this bounty hunter. But honestly, like I read one review where somebody said it feels more Star Wars than all the other Star Wars movies. It does.
Oh,
it
yeah.
does.
No, it
it
was
feels
great.
very Star Wars. I'm like, wow, this feels like how those other ones should have been. But so following that, though, I mean, I did a lot of deep diving on the internet and did a lot of deep research. Me
Some
wearing
John
On the
Stamos
dark web?
research.
me wearing this Dickson flannel right here.
Did you do it in the dark? That was the dark web. You
I
were
went
on.
in the dark web of Dickson flannel,
No.
and I started finding. Here's the crazy part. If you guys, I know even
Fans of Dickson flannel will attest to this. As a owner of many Dickson flannels, you messaged me with this news.
So what I'm finding is that the resale value of these flannels used is quite ridiculous.
It's equal to that of maybe Lululemon.
It is quite literally like hype resale value in some of these things. So
Truly.
some of these flannels that people are buying for $30,
Especially 4XLs.
right, are reselling for over $100 and something, right? $150.
Why?
I saw one for $200 on there.
Yep.
And I'm sitting
Why?
here thinking to myself, like, what is going on, right? And that Voorhees one I got, right? In the large tall. There's a large on there that was going for $95.
Right.
That is ridiculous.
I bought it for $30.
Yeah.
So somewhere out
New
there,
business venture. We buy Dixons and resell them on eBay.
well, yeah, or we just do a TRC collab.
Is
with
this just
Dickson.
because once it's sold out, it's
Yeah,
sold
just
out?
never
it's gone.
comes back.
So you got to
Like, they've
find
never,
if you want one.
They've
the
never
same.
done like
It's
a
literally the
re-release
same.
of something. So what do you mean it's the same?
It's the same as like Supreme.
So Morgan,
No,
how about you tell us what
it
your
is.
thoughts on hype
No,
is?
because Supreme takes a very low quality Gildan
How do you
t-shirt,
feel about Supreme Patty?
does a one color print on it.
Where did we find out Ningbos?
I'm just Morgan. What I'm talking about is that
What?
They take a
Be there
white.
moment.
They take a.
You had to
They
be
take.
there.
They take a white Gildan T-shirt. They do a one-color print on the front that sometimes isn't even correct. It's crooked. And
One of one.
this cost,
Ah, okay.
the cost of this
Yeah.
Silver lining.
is $5
Yes.
from any print shop
Yes.
in the world.
Yeah.
It's $5.
Mm-hmm.
What do those Supreme shirts sell for?
They don't sell for that much.
Okay.
It's the resale that makes them.
I know, but what do they sell for? Like, if you were to walk into the Supreme store
30
and buy,
bucks.
You can't.
40
you
bucks.
can't buy a Supreme shirt in the Supreme store.
What?
They have one in New York.
You can't. It's closed.
What do you
Do
mean?
they run out of business?
Permanently?
What, appointment only?
No, you have to get invited.
They mail you a
Okay,
key.
so let's say you get
what-
invited.
You
let's
buy
say,
you buy it all online. There's
Okay.
literally 100,000
Through
people
Supreme.com.
every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. when it opens.
they drop
there's
a new
there's
T-shirt.
there's hundreds of people on there.
Yeah.
What does it sell for?
Hundreds.
I just want to know what a $5 shirt sells for.
Like $95.
So that's crazy.
That's a lot.
And then what does it resell for?
Like 200.
This sweatshirt was free.
We can tell.
That's a good sweatshirt.
Thank you.
Gibbs Construction.
Yes.
Quality.
It is actually quality.
Very nice, yeah.
See, well, and that's
But it is the same
but it is-
business plan
it
because
is,
they're
it is,
planning that.
It is. No, and you're
And
right.
It's the supply demand of
Right. You sell it out, you make enough product. So what we need to do here at the Rag Company is do either a Rag Company collab with Dickson Flannel
Yeah.
and or Supreme.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's just what do our listeners want to listen to? And then I'd like to sell them an article of clothing for
An affordable
an
amount.
affordable amount.
Well, this is what we do.
So that
we
these
stop selling
folks-
the whiskey shirt.
We'll be-
Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
no
Same
more.
thing with new designs.
No, we
Yeah.
need to just create a new design. I
Wait.
think our new bag shirt would look
The
amazing.
bag shirt. The bag
I
company.
think our bag company shirt
Yeah.
would look amazing.
I also agree. But finishing the rest of my weekend, I did that. I did some research. And then this morning, I actually went into a dermatologist appointment.
Excellent. Yeah. It's
I-
fun, It's a
I
fun
am-
fun feeling. Did they strip you naked to do a scan of your body
I did not
for
do
moles and growths and things?
that. Took off my shirt.
Okay. Uh-huh. Did
I
you
was
flex?
po-
Did
was
you make
poked
your
and-
muscles
Poked
dance?
and prodded a
no,
little bit.
no, I haven't
Okay.
gone to the gym lately, so.
Now, don't you here, but I did look like this. As I show on my phone. No,
Unfold that picture.
Yeah. but
I keep this with me just so you.
well, I just figured I'm almost 30, right? I probably should get my skin checked just to see.
Yeah,
right?
you just want to make sure.
just
Like you've got that brown mark on your
everything
hand,
looks-
which is
that's a
weird.
blood blister.
Oh,
But so I went in.
looks cancerous.
Didn't have anything of concern or anything
Nice,
like
nice.
that. Lady said, "Looks like I'm taking good care of my skin."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Nice." I use a moisturizer,
Nice.
I
Some
use
Nivea for men
Nivea for men,
and Cremo shave cream.
and Cremo shave cream.
Yeah.
I did to actually. So I did say that, like, not that she cares at all, but I did say.
You're like, I got a good skin
I
regimen.
did say, yeah, I'm like, yeah. So like for my shave cream,
No.
I'm using this Cremo stuff. I was trying to like downplay it, like Cremo stuff. I really like. It's just good.
Like you were gonna,
And-
like you discovered
right
the fountain
into-
of youth.
You go right into your
to the
spiel.
spiel, yeah. And then I say, yeah. And then from there,
Hey guys,
then I
Anthony
use-
from the Rag Company wanted to talk about Cremo shave cream and the comfort and lubrication it provides, and not only that, nourishing particles that surround my
So,
skin.
I
Right, right, right.
I don't know where he was going with
I
that.
explained
That
that,
was
and then
good.
I said, well, then I've been using. I said I use this Nivea for men,
I don't
and I
wanna
kind of like
brag.
look at her, kind of
My
like
friend Levi
kinda
really
like,
likes it
I'm
too.
expecting her to be
I
like,
use, Do you
wow.
know what it is? And I'm like, and I do use it on my face, but I put it on my dry areas like my elbows and my knees. And she was like, well, that's good. Just keep doing that. And I say,
That's nice, honey.
I said, okay.
wow.
Well, obviously this is working.
Have you heard of Nivea? They're kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So, but
believe
it
you did
was
that.
funny. So, so that was good. And then actually tomorrow, tonight, I'm gonna have to move around my downstairs furniture because we're getting the rest of our hardwood in. So we're pulling out all the carpet from the downstairs and removing the the transition pieces,
Mhm.
and then we're just gonna fill that up with full hardwood going throughout the whole entire downstairs. And
Yeah,
so,
that'll be nice.
well, the problem
Oh,
was
that'll look
we
nice.
should have done
That'll
that
look nice.
When you moved in.
when we built the house. Katie even threw that out there, and she said, "Do you like carpet downstairs?" Me not thinking we were going to have 2 dogs. I said, "Yeah, I love
Oh, I
carpet.
love carpet unless you have a dog.
I love
and
carpet."
it's garbage.
And then, yeah, basically the problem was it got us through about these first couple of years, fine. but that hair embeds itself so deep that no matter what you do, you'll never be able to truly get that out
What
of
you
there.
need is a for real and shop vac.
For real, like the shakes.
No, the new product by Buff Bright.
Oh yeah,
Goes on your crevice tool on your vacuum.
that would take a while, but yes,
I got a
think
pumice
going
stone.
through a
You
deep,
could use a pumice
deep
stone.
pile.
Deep pumice
carpet.
deep pumice stone.
So I don't know. Anyway,
God.
it's just nice that we're getting rid of that because the carpet just holds on. It holds on
No,
to
it-
dog smell. It holds on to hair. It holds on to everything.
Pee.
Like I'm weird. Like I'm weird about when I put on my shoes. Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk on the carpet with my socks
Yeah.
because I'm afraid
Yeah.
hair's gonna get on my socks
Yeah.
before
No,
I put
know.
on my shoes.
That's how I am.
So I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's like an OCD thing. And I tell it to Katie all the time. She's like, "You're already wearing most of the dog hair." I'm like, "Listen, I don't want it on my socks and
Don't
in my shoes.
tell me that.
Don't want
So
it."
are you gonna guide the Roomba now to
Just
have a
don't
larger
want dog hair to
cleaning
get
area?
on my
Yes.
nivea
So we have the
That's
Roomba.
exciting.
The Roomba's going to be doing double time
Double
now,
time.
which is nice.
Awesome.
Must be nice.
And it's nice to. It's actually called a Eufy. It's the cheaper version of a Roomba. It's the $120 version.
Yeah.
But so we're going to do that. So that goes in tomorrow morning. So we're excited just to be done with that.
Put the
and
carpet in the garage so the Evo can park on it.
That would be a great idea. Great transition.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Just put it there, lay
He
it
would
all
actually
out.
do that.
Well, it's going
That's
to make
the
more
trick.
sense. So when I lay down next to it, it's less weird laying on the
Well,
hard.
this is
and
comfy.
once it's
Concrete.
full of O&R,
Yeah.
it's going to smell great. It's
yeah,
going to look
it's
great.
gonna look great.
Really
Pretty-
keep that dust down.
I'm pretty excited. Needless to say.
Yeah.
So
You should be excited. It's nice.
it is.
I've
yeah.
So I
I've
did
got
that.
laminate.
We pulled all the hardwood out of the house.
Yeah.
Replaced the center hardwood in the hallway and living room. And then I put carpet in the bedrooms just because the kids, I didn't want them, I wanted them on carpet. However, the Watson hair from my dog,
yeah.
he just comes off in clumps. He is such a shedding, like corgis just shed
I
like
thought corgis
crazy.
didn't shed.
No, they shed like a beast.
What?
And
Like
I have
coyotes.
to, you don't know how much I have to stay on top of his hair.
Really?
I vacuum our bedroom every day if I can.
yeah.
Just because it drives me insane. And then he likes to climb under our bed, and like he's made a burrow under there. It's literally like a wolf den under there. He brings toys and
It's
stuff.
all of this hair and then just a little opening, like
It
a hole
is. It's-
where he goes
No,
inside like this.
It's like a
Watson,
it's
get up.
like, it's-
Tarantula
that's
nest.
just hair.
It's
That's not the
it's
dog.
disturbing, and I like have to move the bed and like vacuum and like get as much as I can and
Yeah.
vacuum underneath our bed, like on the box spring. So I'm just like, how is this much hair coming off this dog? It's just his thing. I let him out of his crate. He goes to the bathroom. First thing he does is go under, like leaves his crate, goes to the bathroom, comes back in, clickety clacks down the hall, and then makes it into our room and climbs under the bed.
Oh,
And then he's there for the rest of the day.
perfect.
Unless Carly moves and walks around the house, then he's on her ankle,
Mm.
staying next to his mom the whole time.
Jeez.
He does not. And if I go, Watson, come on, let's go for a walk. You want a treat? He just
Does
stays.
mom want to go for
yeah,
a walk?
That's basically what he says.
Wow.
Mom's not going. I ain't going.
Dang. Well, I mean. yeah.
Well, it sounds like you had a good little weekend. Looks like you got a lot of work to do. Morgan, what'd you do?
I was also ready. Okay, don't stop.
Sorry, it's hanging like.
It doesn't matter.
The headphones
It
take them
doesn't.
off.
It doesn't. No.
The weight.
It
is
doesn't
not
matter.
Meant for those.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
It doesn't. But anyways.
Well, it's all
So I
floppy
wake up.
anyways.
I wake up on Saturday, just ready to have a good time.
Yeah.
Did
yeah.
you?
Go downstairs, making some scrambled eggs.
Gotta get a bowl.
Yeah.
Gotta get cereal.
Don't ever do that again. and I'm opening the pantry,
Yeah.
and
Spider jumps out.
worse.
That sounds
Brandon
nice.
jumps out.
A
No.
bird.
No, worse.
A
A mouse.
No
Oh
way.
A
no.
Tiny little mouse.
Was it coming from the hole drilled in the floor?
No, we don't have any of those. But
How'd it get in?
on
Where's your cat?
I don't
Where's
know
your dog?
how it got in. But a little backstory. So I got
anyways,
home from
Brandon
SEMA.
brought some mice home.
I got home from SEMA on
my
Friday,
friends.
right? I'm just chilling, living my life. I go to bed like a normal
Yeah,
person.
you left the front door open.
No, I did not do that. I wake up on Saturday and I'm hearing this noise and I'm like, what is that? Don't really know. But I just like walk over and like there's the AC thing like on the ceiling and like we have like the main one because ours is the master bedroom, so like we have the big thing. And so I like walk over to it and I'm just hearing this like kind of crinkling noise.
Yeah.
No. But I'm like what is that? So I walk over there and it stops. And then I walk back to my kind of like that. And then I walk back to my bed and I'm like, there's nothing happening, like I'm crazy. And then I hear it again.
Because dog food is loud.
And I walk back over to the spot and then it stops again and I like moved a couple things and then there was nothing again. And then I walk back to my bed and then it starts again. And I'm like, shut up. Like there's something happening. And so I have a snack drawer
Yeah.
in our bedroom.
Like we all do.
Where I
As
hide the good snacks that I don't want my roommates to eat
Right,
because they don't have any respect for other people.
Right.
So I put like
So-
my Lindor truffles in there.
We do the same thing. Carly and I do the same thing because we have children
Yeah.
that will ransack the house like pirates
Yes.
in the middle of the morning, early morning.
Yeah.
My kids get up at 5. First thing they do is walk in like Augie. Hey, can I have these Oreos? How did you find them? I hid them in the utmost shelf behind cookbooks.
Yeah.
Well, I was hungry for a snack. How did you find them?
Oh my God. Yeah. So I pull out the drawer and it's like, one of those divider things that has like the
for more snacks.
for more
Yeah,
snacks.
for more snacks. Or
So I
hidden
pull
snacks.
out the drawer and I'm just looking at it and I'm still hearing this noise, but I pull it out very slow because I'm like, something weird's happening. So I pull it out slow and I'm looking and I'm like, And I get my phone out because I'm like, I need to record this. Right. And then the Oreo thing moves and I'm like, and I don't touch it. I just wait there.
There's a mouse inside your Oreo pack.
And I'm like, hold on.
Are those Oreos still good?
I'm like,
They pooped in
and
there.
then
no.
guess what? It moves again. So I said, I don't like that. So Brandon wasn't home. I wasn't going to touch it because I don't know what's in there. And I go out and I'm like, hey, there's something in my room. And then my roommate goes, is it a mouse? And I was like, I don't know yet. And he was like, oh, well, I saw a mouse in here the other day. And I was like,
Why didn't you kill it?
And you did nothing? He was like, well, I didn't know if I really saw a mouse. And I'm like, you saw a mouse with a tail.
Thought I was just tripping.
And you did nothing.
On a
And
bad
I
trip.
was like, okay, so can you stop playing your video game and like come help me catch it? Because I don't want it to eat things in here. And he was like, oh yeah. And he just freaking just yanks the snack thing and the mouse just jumps out and runs away into my bathroom. And now I'm like, oh my God, there's this freaking mouse running around.
Yeah.
Just
So did you go to the neighbors and borrow their cat?
no. So I went to Lowe's and bought some mouse traps, but I didn't want to buy those ones that snap the necks.
So you bought the boxes. that
So I bought the
capture 'em?
expensive ones.
So you just bought some glue paper so you could
No,
watch it
because
die?
I didn't want that to happen either. So I bought this like one. I don't know. It like spins it or something
It's
like.
nice. It's like a big mouse motel. Like that sounds nice.
There's a bed and they
Open the door.
So I-
it's a dollhouse.
Little nightcap for it.
You're
and
laying
everything.
down in bed. All of a sudden, you just see
Well,
a little light
I was
turn
gonna
on.
keep it. I was
very
gonna
nice.
keep it as a pet, but then I realized that I was slightly afraid of it. So I was like, well, we can't do
Anyways,
that.
so his name's Al.
So his name is Miki.
Original.
And I didn't find him for an entire week. And then Saturday, still no sign. And so I opened the pantry,
And, he
and
was
then
like, surprise.
he was
Morgan."
like, "What's up, guys?"
And then he was like, "Hey, can I have these Oreos?"
And I'm like, "Oh my God, like my eggs are cooking on the stove right now." And I'm pulling all the stuff out of the bottom of the pantry. And then like we saw him run, but then he was gone. And then we were like, "Oh my God, where did he go?"
"Oh, they're fast."
And then we found him in a bag, like in my reusable grocery bags that I just have like under. I pull it out. It's full of like dog food. He's made like basically a house in there.
Because they love dog food.
And I'm like, Brandon, because Brandon's like, well, we should try and catch it. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Take that bag outside, and then you can play with it. Go do what you want, but out there, because it's going to jump out.
Yeah.
And so he was like, okay. So he picks the bag and goes outside, and sure enough, Mickey jumps out and runs away.
Runs
and
back
then-
into the
And then you
house.
see he's
No.
got, he's got
Okay,
the
good.
Mickey on a leash,
Yeah.
like parading around the backyard.
He's going to car
Fucking
shows. He's
Yeah.
all got his mouse with him. Like, you guys see this mouse I
You want to see
caught?
some tricks he can do? Taught him some cool stuff.
Yeah, so that was pretty much it. And then
He loves
that was the
cheese.
highlight. I was relieved to
Chasing
have
mice.
Mickey out, not having to worry about, am I going to step on it in the middle of the night?
Well, the fun part is the amount of poop
Mhm.
that your house will have
Yeah.
as well with the
Mm.
mouse.
Yes.
That's very healthy.
Mhm.
It's nice to have in your air ducts.
Yeah, I love that.
Venting, that's great to think about.
It's really great, but I don't own the house, so not my problem. You know
So
what
you
I'm
call
saying?
your landlord and go, we found a mouse.
But it'll probably still send you to the hospital. So, just saying.
Yeah. So anyway, one mouse gone
Nice.
on my Saturday.
There you go.
And then Sunday, I don't think I'd seen my parents since. Well, my parents did pick me up when I got back from SEMA, but since then I hadn't seen them. So
Kelly
they
and
were-
Matt?
Yeah,
How are
Matt,
they how are
Matt,
they doing?
Kelly, and Evan. So we picked.
nice.
The
Picked
whole,
you up.
the whole
Yep.
fam.
Yep,
Yeah.
the whole fam. So we all went to dinner last night. We went to Bangkok Thai,
Wow.
which is what I would say probably one of the most elite Thai places in
That's
Boise.
not a real place.
Nice.
How is Bangkok Thai not a real Thai place?
Jack talked Thai real good. It's from Meet the Parents, I guess.
I don't think you should.
Shitty beef.
I guess nobody's seen that. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say, guys. That's all I have to report.
Nice.
Thanks for coming to my
Well, I
house.
took-
was your meal good?
Yes.
You can't just leave and
Yeah.
end it.
It was delicious.
Anyway, so we had a really good food.
I took
Bye.
Bye.
I got to do lunch at Hadley's school on Friday.
Well,
Me and Og went to McDonald's, got us some Happy Meals, then cruised back over to her school, checked in, got my sticker. You
That
know,
was the best.
and then surprised her. She was walking to the lunchroom with
Aw.
McDonald's, and she was just like, "Is that for me? Is that what? What do you guys do? Is that what I'm gonna have? Is I'm gonna have that Happy Meal?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got you one." And she was like, and like literally handed me her lunchbox and was like, "I don't want this." And so I gave her a thing. But we sat down. There was a little girl in her class called Hanoka, I think.
Uh-huh.
She was eating sushi for
What?
lunch.
Batty.
Little Japanese girl.
That is the
Really?
best.
Had
dude.
homemade sushi. She's just sitting there
Aw.
eating, and Hadley's like, "I got a cheeseburger from McDonald's."
I gotta try me some of
Yeah,
that.
And Noga's sitting there, and she's just got her sushi, and I'm like, "That's pretty bad."
Really?
Like, that's pretty awesome to
That-
see.
Wow.
So-
Her dad is probably Josh.
yeah, Josh here at the Rag Company hand makes sushi like nobody's
does.
business.
He does.
Guys, look at this. I made this 7-course
That was
meal
fun.
last night.
Wow.
Josh, holy crap.
Yeah, that looks
Josh.
amazing. How come you never
My
make
gosh.
it for us here?
My gosh, Josh.
And then Saturday afternoon, I actually after we went through the car wash, we headed up to my dad's shop because my father was putting his motorhome away. And he needed help putting his car cover over the entire motorhome.
Oh, wow.
So it was my first time at my dad's new shop to see it.
Yeah, how
He's
was
been
it?
working on it for about a year. It's massive.
Wow.
3 bays. He's got 3 cars parked in one bay with a trailer inside.
Oh, wow.
So he's got his Z, his 60 Chevy, and his 34 Chevy,
Nice.
and the trailer for that all sitting in one bay. And then the middle bay, he's got a gantry crane that he's just installing,
Oh, wow.
and his Jeepster is sitting in there. And then on the other side, it's all open. And basically, him and his brother built this, so they each get 1.5 bays to themselves. So it's
Ah.
funny to see. There's a line where they decorated. So like one uncle has decorated this way, and my dad's decorated this side.
Oh my
So it's kind of funny to see. And then in the center
Yeah.
is a big Gates logo
Oh.
hanging up. But basically, climbed up on top of the old motorhome there, drug a car cover all the way across while waiting for my little brother Seth to arrive.
Oh.
Yeah.
My
He could
dad,
have just done it himself.
he could have just like, yeah, he's big enough. But my dad was like, this is how we're going to do it. You're going to climb up on top, you pull, and then Seth and I will be on either side, and we'll bring it down the side there. So after waiting for about 40 minutes for my brother to show up, I proceeded to just say, you know what, Dad, I'm just going to climb. I have to get back because I have a car I have to work on. Like, I don't have time for this because we had dinner planned Saturday night. We hit Eureka for dinner.
Love Eureka.
Do you?
Oh,
I had the little
yes.
corn dogs.
The corn dog
Never
lollipops.
been.
The
Corn dog
chicken
lollipops
sliders,
were amazing.
The
Really?
fried chicken,
Whoa, whoa,
fried
whoa.
chicken sliders are on. They're a little chicken, crispy chicken, hot with mashed potatoes and coleslaw
Are
on
you
them.
like already on it. Like, you
Oh.
don't have to add
I
anything.
did not see that, but I did get the corn dog lollipops.
Brussels sprouts are really good.
Yeah, our friend did.
A lot
she
of
had
home
those.
style foods is what it sounds like.
We had a
What
burger that was actually very good. They
Wow.
even have a bone
I
marrow
don't like.
burger.
I don't like the
Bone
buns.
marrow burger.
I
Yeah,
think
the
the
bun
buns
was
are
okay.
too much bun.
Yeah.
Are they a
Not a bad
potato
idea.
bun specifically?
No, we'll have to go there.
I
for
miss
dinner.
Fuddruckers, guys.
It's-
To be honest,
That's good stuff.
I miss that.
I miss Fuddruckers as well.
I'm a
I don't know.
Chuck-a-Rama kind of guy.
Mhm.
I
Chuggarama's good.
Chuckarama is
No.
good.
I'm a
Marine
Giraffe's
is really
fish
good.
house.
So I don't think anybody ever says that, which is an interesting
I don't think
one.
that's real.
You know, a fish buffet.
But I basically just got on, pulled that whole cover myself
Nice.
to my
Of course.
dad sitting there going, "Oh, watch out! Whoa, be careful! Whoa, watch out, boy!
You want to hold the ladder? I'll stabilize it for you.
Yeah. So I get it all the way across. I drop it. Then Seth shows up. Hey, you guys need some help?
Oh, hey,
And I was
why'd you
like,
start
hey.
without me, guys?
Yeah, literally just
I was
finished
on my
it
way.
right as he walked up. Right. So
Well, the
my dad-
craziest thing happened. I was coming, but
yeah, I was gonna be there at noon, but I somehow got here at 12:45. So apologies. Yeah, finished. Hopped down. I got down from the top of that motorhome so fast. By the time I got to the bottom, my dad embraced me in a hug and said, "That scared me. I'm glad you're okay." Thought that was very nice. Then he proceeded to say, "Do you know how weird it is to look at you, see that beard, and see gray hair in your beard?" And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "It's going to be like you looking at Augie and saying that same thing 35 years from now."
it's just having a little bit of a moment, a little bit
Yeah,
of an
a little bit of an
existential-
existential, like he realized he was an old
Holy
man.
crap!
Yeah, like I'm an old
Aw.
man. There's my son hopping up and down my motorhome. So
Yeah.
it was a nice touchy moment. But
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then, Carly and I had dinner Saturday night with our friends at Eureka, and
Love Eureka.
that was it was a good little quick night. Then I went and picked up the
Yeah.
kids, brought them home, and we put them to bed. And so good, quick, easy. I forgot about those things on the weekend. So
So what is your plans for the Dothraki pleasure tent? Is that staying up over
it
winter?
is still up. I have not started the winterization
Put
process.
the fireplace in it.
I do have the fireplace in it. I've had
Is
in
that
all summer.
safe?
Okay.
Is that safe to run that fireplace inside?
Technically,
the pleasure tent?
yes.
Just put a
what I
smoke
could do.
detector inside.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a venting on the top, so it does have a natural
Like a
chimney.
teepee.
Yeah. And realistically, I could zip up 3 walls, right? Allow it to hold and trap the heat so that I could use it year round if needed. So I'd have one access point. People would walk in, they could sit, come gather around the fire, enjoy the warmth that is the Dothraki pleasure tent.
Gather round, drink up, be merry.
Exactly.
Well, that's when you first told me about this tent, right?
one of the
and-
amenities
and
at the
what
MOS
happens in the tent. I was mainly
a lot of s'more eating.
I was under the impression that this was definitely going to be a winter style tent.
Oh, it's
right?
bolted to my
'Cause-
patio. I
'cause
bolted
I'm
it
thinking,
to the patio.
I'm thinking cold
It's
winds.
there for good.
You have snow out there, right? What you want to do is you want to bring
What
in
I'm thinking is I'm going to
friends,
climb up, get
family.
some fabric sealant on everything, get it ready,
Ooh,
get
there
it
you go.
winterized to provide water repellency as well as the ability to shed
And
snow.
then Dane's
Yeah.
old
Is it
TV.
weatherproof
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
roof right now if rain were to come through?
Technically, yes.
Weatherproof.
It doesn't.
resistant.
It is water resistant.
Yeah.
That's true.
Gotcha,
It does
okay.
have some nice little overhangs. You could be under it in a rainstorm if needed.
What kind of weight do you think it could take with snow?
I have no
Well,
idea.
I mean, roofs were collapsing a couple years ago.
I mean, if
from
Snowmageddon hits us again this year, it's probably not going to make it through the winter.
So
which I'm
would
not
your-
excited
I doubt
about.
it.
Would you broom from the bottom and
Yeah.
kind of
I'd
prod
probably,
it off?
I'd probably slap it from underneath.
Well,
Yeah.
you'd jump on the tramp, and then with each jump, then you would.
Well,
with
yeah,
the
I could do
broom
that.
and
Technically,
pull
I
it
could
down.
bring it all
Nice.
down and pack it
Good
away
idea.
for winter, and then build it all back up again for spring because it is fairly simple to put back
No,
together.
I like the drapery is really nice. I like the seating.
Mhm.
You have a carpet in there, right?
I do. I have an indoor-outdoor carpet.
Wow.
It looks very nice. 2 of them actually, 2 rugs. We've got a rocking
Yeah,
bench.
Bench.
It's quite
Yeah.
nice about that at Albertsons,
Love
sitting
that.
outside.
I'm still waiting for the installment of that 76-inch TV inside there.
Yeah, that'll be nice. As soon as Dane brings that over from his house to my
Yeah.
house, still trying to figure out how I'm going to wire it
I
up
think
and how I'm going to hang it.
Dane's gonna need a bigger wall.
Dane already is going to need a bigger wall. I don't know where that TV is going to fit with the furniture in that house.
There's a chair underneath it.
He has a seating spot directly underneath the TV, which I thought was a unique way.
Whoever sits there, their head's gonna get hot.
Their head's not, well,
It's
probably
a
not
heat
going to
source.
get hot, but I think when they lean their head back, they're going to knock the TV off the wall.
Well, I think most importantly, Liz is going to enjoy using it. She's already playing her Switch on it.
I saw that. She was already playing, enjoying her Switch on it.
It was a Mio game,
Yeah,
whatever it
yep.
is, or what's Amiibo? It's Amiibo.
Bike riding.
Yeah, it's like a
Getting her
bike
exercise
riding
in.
amiibo kind of game. But I think that she'll love that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
her and Callie.
We do it all
'cause,
for her.
They'll be hanging out,
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Hmm.
Dane's going to be editing from
Wait,
that
wasn't-
large television.
Yeah, I
he
was gonna
said.
say, wasn't he gonna use that as his monitor?
No, that was his other TV that he has set up in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
the
to be confused
70
with the
inch.
TV that's in the mailroom.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
TVs all around. He's the next
One in the hall on the way to the bathroom.
Yeah, well, sometimes you want to see.
In the bathroom.
And then one in the
sometimes there's
bathroom.
shows that
Yeah.
as you want to walk by, you don't want to miss anything. So
Yeah.
and
Strategic mirrors so you can see TVs around the corner.
You're never in Dane's house without being able to see at least one or two TVs.
well, he needs those screens because
Yeah.
I mean, if you're editing a video, you gotta walk to the kitchen. Sometimes you need to still be able to make sure that
Screen
the,
time is going to go up from
the
next, from last
the
week.
resolution and the frame rate is
What's
acceptable.
in Dane's fridge, guys? What do you think?
Well, Dane, fun
We
fact,
need to do
Dane
an
has one of
MTV
those
Cribs
TV.
with Dane's
Oh.
house.
Where we just storm Dane's
we could do that.
house?
We could just do TRC cribs where we all do it. Hey guys, welcome to the.
Yeah, no, we
we
surprise
could totally
him.
do that.
We
would
can
have
go
to
today.
We
We
could.
need to
we
show
could all
up.
get sick.
And
though.
we would all
We'll have
show
bunny
up, and he'd
slippers
be
on,
like,
we just
"Guys, I wasn't really
Dane."
prepared for you guys
He's
to
in a
come
robe.
here." Yeah,
and his track pants.
and the light bulbs out on the porch, and we're like, "What?"
Well, you got to leave.
No,
it.
but
You
a
can't stay
but
here.
it would be fun to do a TRC. And I'd walk around. I go, this is one of the many light switches in the MOS HQ that functions in both the on and off.
Oh,
position.
and we can introduce everybody to the lawn guy.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
man.
This is one of his lawn guys.
Yeah.
that mows, keeps this estate manicured.
Dane, we love you. We say this out of love.
We
Dane's
could.
got a lawn
I agree
guy?
with this. We could all
Yeah.
do it. We should do a TRC
must have missed
cribs. I
that
think that
part.
could be
Must
pretty
nice.
fun.
Well, he just wants to support local businesses. He's not doing it because he
Well,
won't
you
do
can't
it.
hollow
No,
a
Dane was
lawnmower in
also
your
the guy that
Jag.
bought a truck over a sledgehammer, right? So
But it came in handy because he was able to purchase that. He was able to carry that TV
Yeah.
in the back of that truck.
Off his
'cause he
4-foot
didn't want to
bed.
tempt the Jag, probably.
Yeah. Wow.
My God.
No, it was one of the things like I talked about when you and I were at the Detail Mafia meeting. This is something just on a serious note. For all of you guys running businesses and stuff, you've heard me say it. Maybe you've listened to us talk about it. The goal is you want to be that guy, and you probably saw it on the latest Detox with Keith Duplessis. The goal is to be that guy for your customers. You want them to think of you for everything, or that girl.
Yeah.
You want them to call you when they need a place to put tires on their car. You want them to call you when they say, hey, is this a good mechanic shop recommend, or anything like that. You want them to call you, and you want them to think about you when anything has to do with their car. You want to be their car taker, basically, for their
Oh.
car. But it goes a lot farther than that. So so Saturday morning, the car I detailed was a customer of mine who I've had for 14 years. Her and her husband, they have a lot of vehicles, and basically she keeps me on a retainer of about every 6 weeks. I do one of her cars.
Oh, Jesus.
I go through them all. They're all very clean. They're all actually really good shape. They don't. I don't have any issues with them. So it's a really great account to have. But one of the things that I do for them, they live in my neighborhood, so they're less than a quarter of a mile away from my house. Is their kids have moved out, so they don't have their kids at home. She needs help moving their Christmas tree from their storage unit to their house.
Oh, it's not already up? It hasn't been up?
It hasn't been up yet. So she asks every year, can you help me go pick up my Christmas tree? And then when we're done with Christmas, can you help us take it back?
Oh, it's like a storage unit, like not
Storage
in the
unit
house.
off-site.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and it's half a mile from their house. They don't own a vehicle big enough to carry the tree. And in previous years, I would help them by borrowing one of the box vans or something that I had at the or at the Hawks detail or something like that. I would borrow or just bring home a pickup truck, and I'd go help them move their Christmas tree. So the last few years, as I've been doing this on my own, I go with my Suburban or I go with the little red truck, and I've picked up the Christmas tree with them and gotten it. But the point is, they pay me $25
Oh.
to
To
do
do
that.
that? Okay. That works.
And it's not about the money. It's the fact that they think of me to do that. And so Saturday, what I did was I picked up went with her husband. Me and the husband drove up there, picked up the tree, put it in the back of the Suburban, brought it over. We carried it in together, put it all up, like helped him set it up. And then I left in his car, drove home, detailed it, came back,
There you go.
exchanged, got the money, and then left with my car. But it's just little things like that
Yeah.
that you can become that person for your customer.
You're their hero.
That helps them, but it's something very small. It's something that most people don't even think about. It took me total 35 minutes from the time I got over there to the time I was back at the house working on their car. So just something simple, something light. I only do it twice a year for them, but it's one of those little items, and I talked about it at the Detail Mafia meeting, is that literally I said next weekend I'm picking up and helping someone move their Christmas tree.
Yeah,
I did that this weekend.
That was a thing, yeah.
And it's just a little thing I can pass on. Try and become those friends, become friends with your customers so that, one, they feel more comfortable giving you a referral. They feel more comfortable you taking care of their car. And it's just, they know that you have the best interest in mind when it comes to, them. So that's just one of the little tidbits I wanted to add. I know sometimes on the podcast we get kind of silly and we just tell stories and joke. But that was just one little bit of info that I thought hopefully you guys can take and maybe do something with this week.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Cool.
Love
Anthony,
it.
you want to take us home?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. This is the TRC main show, not to be confused with Q&A Thursdays, held every Thursday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and also not to be confused with a detox cast, where we take somebody from the detailing industry or adjacent industry and have them on the show with the rest of us. All right, guys, make sure to leave us a review on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. You can find us on Shout Engine, and you can also find us on Spotify. Make sure to leave us a short review. It can be something like a couple words. It can be something like a paragraph. Whatever you want to do, just make sure to give us a rating, as that always helps us out. On that note, thank you so much, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.